I did things that I'm not proud of. Using drugs, selling drugs, being a womanizer. It took a tragedy to basically wake me up, and that was my grandmother passing away. Her dying wishes, she basically said, if we wanted to keep the family together, I needed to find Jesus. The week of her death, my wife's car broke down. We took it to the dealership and left it there during the week. We went and got it and drove it home, and here we find a Bible laying in the back seat of the car. We know we didn't have a Bible. We wasn't into it. I think that was the start of, God talking to me. My sister, she had moved down to Tampa. She was invited to a particular church down there, and she basically forced me to go. It was only because she knew what my grandmother had asked. It touched me. It touched me to a point that I came back home here to Lancaster and expressed how much this church really hit me. And my uncle said, dude, ride up to Mannheim. There's a church there. It's called LCBC. As soon as I walked in, I was in tears. A lady at the time, which I had no knowledge who she was, she comes up to me and puts her arm around me and says, welcome. I felt like a warmth that said, this is it. This is where I want to be, And it's funny because I continue to go, and Deb continued to be there. Years later, Deb reached out once again and just said, did you ever think of baptism? She wound up calling me 2 weeks before baptism and asked me, Leo, are you and your wife really going to go through with it? Well, then I'm going to cancel my trip. And I told her, well, no, don't. And she said, Leo, you had asked me to be in the water, and I will fulfill that for you. I know I've changed a lot from who I was to who I am now with him. When I was selling drugs and staying out late and, partying and renting hotel rooms, I thought I had it made. When I gave it all up, I wound up having more. I'm just glad that I am a life changed by Christ.